Welcome back to How to Write a College Level Lab Report. This is video number 4, which will review data analysis, discussion, and references sections of a lab report. The data analysis section of your lab includes all calculations, tables, graphs, and models you use to determine the effectiveness of your experiment or project. Please refer to your professor's instructions for this section. Most often, professors will provide the specific calculations required for the experiment or project. Let's move on to the discussion. The discussion section of the lab report is the place where you will relate your results to the theory behind the experiment or project. The first step is to summarize the goals or purpose of the lab. Remember that summary provides an overview of a topic. It does not require specific steps. The second step will critically analyze major results using the claim, evidence, reasoning approach. The third step will discuss the limitations of the experiment. And finally, write a conclusion of the experience with the lab. Let's take a minute to look over the claim, evidence, reasoning approach. On the left-hand side of the screen, I have listed the important elements of claim, evidence, and reasoning. In the green, it reads, here you will make a statement that answers the goal of the lab. Often this relates to a theory of principle outlined in the class or text. On the right-hand side, I have color-coded that claim in green. On the left, evidence. You will include the data to support that claim. If you see on the right-hand side, I have also color-coded that in blue. And finally, with reasoning, here you will make the logical connection between your data and the claim. On the right-hand side, you will see this noted in purple. Please take a moment to pause your video and review this information. Third, you will discuss the limitations of the experiment. You might consider the following questions. How did the precision of the instruments affect the data? What are some critical parameters that may have affected the quality of your results? And what are the limitations of the chosen method? If you tested a theory, there may be several different ways to test that theory. Was your method the best, or might there be another way to test this that would give more accurate results? And finally, you will write a conclusion of your experience with the lab. You might consider including some of the following ideas. You could, 1, write a statement saying, if the experiment or project was a success, then, and then fill in the blank. You might address what you accomplished in this experiment or project. You might discuss any surprising outcomes while studying this topic or completing this lab. And 4, you might also connect this topic to the real world. Show your professor you can apply what you have learned. After you've completed your discussion, you will need to make sure you give credit to any and all resources you used, including your textbook. This is why we include a references section in our STEM lab reports. You've probably had some experience in English class doing this, but the scientific styles are just a bit different. It is the same concept of giving credit to authors you use in your writing, but the format is just a little bit different. Citation guidelines vary depending on your area of study. If you're not sure what citation guideline to use, check with your professor. Once you know which citation guideline you need to follow, click on the OWL Purdue website. Purdue University has an amazing free online writing lab that houses all of these citation guidelines except ACS, American Chemical Society. As such, I've also posted one specifically for ACS. In fact, once you click on this webpage, go ahead and save it as one of your favorites or star it so you can easily locate the page and get right to work on any of your lab reports. This concludes the 4th video. Please join us in the last and final video to review appendices and the abstract.